I realized three things since I uploaded my first CK3 video. The first is that editing videos is goddamn hard. The second is my microphone quality is terrible, but specifically on my gaming computer. Like, I'm using the exact same microphone right now, and it sounds way better. The third thing is I accomplished absolutely nothing during that video. I straight up just started over the entire challenge, so we are once again starting as Petty Magagia Daruma of Daura. She belongs to the Matriarchal society of the Hausa. I am going to disown my own son and create a Barbie-style matriarchy of only female rulers, which makes our sister the next in line. Actually, it's just time. Let me just do this real quick. This challenge is hard because it just takes so much time. There's a lot of waiting to be done in it. Like right now we don't have an heir besides our sister, and I can't restore my son's inheritance, so he's just kind of put to the side. Our husband, sexy snake that he is, needs to die as soon as possible. I actually played with the idea of divorcing him, but then there were no good alternatives. This is the reload of shame right here. The reason why we need to divorce him is because, first of all, he is his own ruler, so his stats are not helping us out. The other is, as you may see, he has a bunch of concubines. Those concubines are going to keep pumping out kids and fuck up my own kid's claim to his throne, and this isn't very girl boss of me, but we need to get rid of him and we need to get rid of them. I had some notion here that maybe it would be easier to kill him if I was his lover, so first of all, I have to seduce my own husband. Second of all, I want my own concubine, so I hit the summon hunk button, aka invite champions, and I wait for the hunks to come rolling in. Unfortunately, the only champion with any good stats is a woman, so I would love to, but I cannot. She's a pretty good warrior though. Let's try to marry her into our court. We need to get more people in here as soon as possible. It's only the 800s, we need as many people as we can. Trying to seduce my own husband. It's always so embarrassing when you have to do this, especially when you're bad at it. Okay, great news, I managed to seduce my own husband. It's time to become his lover. Hopefully this will allow me to kill him easier in the future. We are now a mighty Magagia, and I gave birth to another son, which isn't great because we are a matriarchy, so I need a daughter here. My husband decides to claim my own throne. Thanks, babe. I finally give birth to a daughter, who I name Mariam, which is an alternative name for Mother Mary, the mother of Jesus. Okay, time to kill my husband. He's served his purpose. Eat the stress! Yeah, okay, so we're gonna have to postpone that. Can I declare war on him? No, I cannot. So I'm kind of in a shitty situation. You're starting to see why this challenge is so hard. We do a little bit of conquering to expand our land. Long distance relationship because once again my husband is a landed ruler. Oh wait, he's a flagellant. Through the power of aggressive wiggling and whispering under my breath, nice. I curse and kill his ass. Now, Daura is kind of unhappy about this, but this is great for us actually. Like, this could not have gone better. With my husband out of the way, it's time to wage war against my stepchildren so that my son alone can inherit all of his claims. But perhaps more importantly than that, now that we're divorced, it's time to get back out on the market. So this is the best guy I was able to find. His name is Demba. Good skills, robust, herbalist. This is husband material right here. I defeat one of my stepchildren with the intent of expanding my realm, but I can't read, so what instead ends up happening is my son becomes independent. Well, oh my god. Yeah, maybe you should read what pops up on the screen sometimes. My husband Demba is able to produce a daughter with the Hail trait, which is very good. My husband is just too smart to be converted to my faith. Now that I'm looking at it, -3? Why doesn't he like me? One of my concubines get me pregnant and I give birth to a son, but more importantly than that, my favorite son has given me a puppy. Back to my stepkids.
Woo!
By the way, this is healthy parenting right here. Asking your kids to help you fight against their brother. This is great parenting. Feel free to take notes. I won't mind.
Ooh.
That's Sun Tzu shit right there. This is Biram, and he's going to cause a lot of trouble for me in this run. I briefly considered invading him first, but I decided to be the peaceful one. I guess I should have expected this.
God damn it, god damn it.
Once again, I beg my kids to help me so he doesn't steamroll me. And while pitting my husband's children against each other, I get the nickname The Just. While fighting Biram, one of his brothers decided to fight against my sons. We won against them both, and then I whispered dark things in their ear.
Good. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him.
This is another Art of War move. Biram is fighting some other guy, so I wait until he has been weakened and then I attack him. And with Biram defeated, I'm able to create a kingdom and become a mighty queen. The eugenics program is going great. I now have a beautiful son named Tomo. I'm not kidding, I cut out like 5 minutes of me trying to think of a name for him before finally deciding on just one that the computer generated. Now that I'm matriarchal, it's time to restore Bao's inheritance since he won't ruin the order of succession. I marry him to this random beautiful woman exclusively because she has the trait pretty. Because as all CK3 players know, there's only one way to beat this game. After a while it gets kind of boring just being an emperor, so you start doing Bene Gesserit shit from Dune. My daughter and player heir, Mariam, does not have any congenital traits, and she's about to get the trait honest, which is honestly not that good. Like, yeah, she'll be more well-liked for it, but lying is a very valuable skill in this game. My, I think, second oldest son I married to Ina of the Sis dynasty, a real dynasty which was very important in West Africa. Immediately afterwards, her father calls me over to raid against captives, approximately halfway across the continent.
Monday.
My oldest daughter is an adult. Whoa! Who made you that good at stewardship? Who taught you? Anyway, time to get you married. As my player heir, I'm not just deciding a husband for her, but I'm deciding a future husband for future me. This guy, Jan, is pretty good, but he's gay, and he's also not part of my faith. So, you know, could be a lot better. As for my other kids, I married my son to this woman to get the eugenics program started. I guess I can't fault him for not wanting to partake in my Bene Gesserit breeding program, but it's still not great news for me or the family. Speaking of bad news,
What the hell?
my sister died.
No.
The stress is too much and Arama starts smoking. One thing that the Bori Fates allows you to do is seek aid of spirits. As you can see here, I did not fucking do that because I can't read.
Oh no.
But, fortunately, my husband is a trained healer. I'm sure this is going to be okay.
One-legged?
Grand Magagia Daruma of Hausaland has crossed the door into the world of spirits at 47 years of age. She died after a botched treatment. So now I play as my daughter Mariam, a pious and humble woman. Many fear that Mariam may have been better suited for a temple rather than the throne. Oh, they're so full of shit. Like this is just because she has 2 virtuous traits. God forbid a woman does anything. We're matriarchal and she's still being undermined. Biram, the family antagonist, is back. He does not like me, and despite the fact that he is literally in prison, he puts up a pretty good fight when we try to go to war against him. First ever Dynasty Legacy is available. I choose the Glory one because that feels like it's going to be the most useful for this run. My husband Gay Jan has gotten me pregnant. I named the son after my father, Bayajida, even though I'm spending most of Mariam's life fighting against Bayajida's other kids, aka Biram. This is why honest is such a dog water trait to have. We have slightly better intrigue than our mother though, so we're able to assassinate our half-brother. Hello half-niece, would you like to marry my half-brother? No? I'm sorry, but it's a dog-eat-dog world here. I'm your rightful liege. Be my vassal. Okay, then.
Here we go.
Why is my concubine gay as well as my husband? No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies, and... Oh, it's another boy. I already did the Shakira joke last episode, I can't do it again. I got confused here, but that's not the guy that's raiding me. I'm being raided by the king of Evil Land, Nri Alike. By the looks of it, his entire country is raiding me. I decide to raid Evil Land right back. My gay concubine gets me pregnant. It's a girl, Mazel Tov. I decide to combine my dynasty name and Ollie's name, and I name her Dahlia. Remember when I raided Eboland? He sure does. This sucked. This guy walloped me. He refused to yield even when I offered one of my kids as hostages. I gave up. I'm only a little ashamed to admit it. I reloaded and I decided to make peace with the guy. I'm just handing over one of my kids in hope that he won't attack now. And it worked! I get an alliance! Yippee!
Oh, here we go. Huh?
Wow, good thing I got that alliance, am I right? We got twins! And with that, I get the MILF achievement, and now it would be great if I could stop having kids, but unfortunately I'm only 28, so I probably got a few more left in me. Did I not name any kids after my poor gay husband? My dynasty is looking pretty good though. We got a whole bunch of dowras running around the country now. Another one. Gay concubine asks me to name this kid after his father, and he makes the mistake of letting me know that his father is in my court, and that he has pretty good traits. I have to do this, okay? I have to. One of my 8 million sons is an adult now, so I marry him to this girl who is from the Cis dynasty, and she's a genius. Actually, the age difference icks me out a little too much, and I'm such a good person, so I find one of my other 8 million sons who's closer to her in age.
Perfect.
This is my heir, Dahlia. She has good stats now, but like most gifted kids, she's going to be good now and just mediocre as an adult. Look at the concubines you're offered when you're playing as a matriarchal ruler. A one-legged albino who's chaste? That's the best you've got for me? He gave me a daughter who, honestly, I kind of wished she would have been an albino as well. I think that would be cool. I named her after him. Unfortunately, now I have a whole bunch of daughters, and my realm is going to get blown up upon succession. And what's more than that, they're all born from my concubines. None are from my husband. It makes me a little sad that only my daughters will inherit, but you know, gameplay-wise, that's very beneficial.
We should be stronger than that now, because I'm quite worried. Holy shit, what are you?
You may have noticed by now that Africa is very big. I've never seen this one before. Why is it so big? It's like a tumor. It should be like Mali or Ghana, but instead I've got this nasty cancer to deal with. It would be quite beneficial to reform the Bori faith, and this time I know that actually you need the holy sites within your domain to reform the faith. Unfortunately, I can't afford it yet. In the Bori faith, witchcraft is actually a virtue. The game doesn't really account for this, so this person being maybe a witch is going to be a bad thing for them. I wish I hadn't forgotten all about witchcraft, because it would be very useful for my player character to be a witch. Like, very super useful, but I totally forgot about it. You're my sister and my physician? Come on, please just teach me witchcraft. Just do it a little bit, come on. Here's another disappointment. My daughter, her highest skill is learning, and she's got poor in that. Like, dude, come on. And this is how my domain is looking right now. As you can see, I've carved out a useful chunk of Africa, but I am nowhere near even a quarter done. Still so much left to do. This challenge is just such a behemoth. Why do I do this to myself? Okay, my other daughter is looking better. She's deceitful, and I don't care that that's bad in this religion. You keep being deceitful, because God knows we need some people who are capable of lying. My gay concubine got the pox? You know what, that makes sense actually. You know, I'm not his type really. Away from the others, I came across a cottage housing one of the most beautiful people I ever laid my eyes on. He has invited me to stay and rest, and I am surprised by how much I have in common with a simple peasant.
Must you return to the hunt so soon, my lady? I have never met a woman like you before.
Well, if my concubine can do it. Hey, you wanna come with me to my castle and shit?
No, For real?
I'm so smart. I only make intelligent decisions. Got his ass. I got his ass. You know, I personally think that murder is worse than cheating, but hey, what do I know? And I gave birth to another boy, courtesy of Eurema. I have 2 gay sons, and I guess the odds for that are pretty high considering the fact that I have 10 kids, but still. I finally successfully seek the aid of spirits instead of hitting the wrong button. The spirits reward me with the trait strong, which gives you a pretty good health bonus. And once again, I have too many kids, which means that upon succession, I am going to lose like half my realm. There's a few ways to deal with Confederate partition. The easiest way is to just have like 1 or 2 kids, which means it's not gonna be as bad. Optionally, you can let your kids die in freak accidents, perhaps. Or you can do what I'm trying to do right now, which is to create an empire. Oh no, one of my gay sons died. He bled out after a lengthy torture session. What an unpreventable tragedy. Some stuff that happened off camera is Miriam got a cat and then she got sick. I shiver slightly and draw the covers closer around me. This wretched malady has had me feeling miserable for days now, and it's showing no signs of abating anytime soon. As I fiddle with the covers, a happy meow announces the arrival of my cat, Tusk. He looks at me with a vague air of concern, performing an elaborate lap of my sickbed. Finally, with a small, self-satisfied whoop, he settles down to knead at the blankets, eventually curling up in the crook of my elbow. Man. So Miriam did not live for long after that, and I completely super did not record her heir, Dahlia. Instead, we are going to skip just right up ahead to Sultana Sogolan the Peaceful of Hausaland. Quite a bit of stuff was accomplished here. For one, I believe I took Ghana, and specifically I took their gold mines. I created an empire, meaning that succession won't be as tough anymore. We're now really big. Like big enough that these North African empires are beginning to cause some concern. Also, I married this hot guy just because I could. I can't have kids anymore, I just want him. And that's the end of Sogolon. I go directly to her granddaughter because her daughter died. I have no idea how she got the title this peaceful, because she fought in 14 wars and started 12 of them. If I've done the math right, this is the 5th ruler of Hausaland so far. Her name is Khadija. Hausaland now reaches so far north that these Muslim kingdoms such as Maghreb is making me nervous. We reached the Mediterranean. Look at the size of that empire. A whole new world is spreading out before us. Being able to access the Mediterranean means that now we're in communication range for most of Europe. More than that, for some reason, pagan faiths don't really mind each other that much. I guess we're united in our hatred for Christianity. Thanks to that reason, I was able to marry my daughter and heir to this random Serbian guy. Now that I'm really looking at him, I don't know why I chose this guy as the best for my daughter, but I did. And then he didn't want to come to his own wedding because he was occupied with something else, which I feel like is a bit of a red flag. This was cute. I learned this guy's language, Doyle Vulgar, aka what is going to become French, and in return, he learned Shadik. He learned it for me. Ignore the fact that he's incestuous and I think he might be fucking his sister. You know, it's the thought that counts. The Sultan of Egypt is very pretty. Unfortunately, I do still need to conquer his country. My husband died, and I go on to do everything in my power to marry a witch. Because, like I said before, witchcraft is a virtue in the Boer faith, and it would be very useful for me to be a witch. Velimir is a witch from Slovenia, and I kind of mail-order bride him here. Absolute waste of time and money that was. Because he did not teach me witchcraft. As of writing and recording this, my player character, none of them, still don't know witchcraft. Oh, I forgot he became my soulmate. Okay, I guess it wasn't that big a waste of time, you know. Love isn't a waste of time or some shit. And then I guess I made some Black Vikings just because I could. The Turumic Reformation. Thank you so much for this vital information for my African empire. A great holy war or two will put these heathens in their place? We can't even reach and declare war on them. We're just beefing with people in North Russia for no reason. After a lot of time, after a lot of hemming and hawing, it is time to feudalize. But before that, we are moving to Cairo. And there's a method to this madness. We are going to become Egyptian. The Egyptian culture is very advanced compared to the Hausa one, and they are going to help us get inventions that we don't have yet. I bought the Royal Court DLC because it was on sale and because it allows you to create hybrid cultures. So I decided to make my own culture which combines Hausa and Egyptian. I named my culture Sahelian after this geographical range in Africa. This succession issue just keeps coming back, so now my empire is so big that it contains multiple empires. And upon my death and succession, my other kid is going to get the other empire and completely ruin my plans. I would have preferred to disinherit this kid because she's callous and horrible, but unfortunately she's my oldest daughter, which means that disinheriting her would have been even more expensive, so unfortunately little Princess Keely here had to take the bullet for the family. Some guy called Yassiboy became independent inside of my realm. Come on, dude, just get back in here. Look at the absolute size of my kingdom. I'm so close to uniting Africa, I can feel it in my teeth. I only have like the Coptics left and some other shit. When Daurama, the first empress, finally dies, I play as her huge daughter, Ulita, who is this big because she's Serbian. I really enjoy playing with genetics in this game. I pawn off my land to various vassals, and in the process I discovered this absolute Chad. This is Hiempsal, the king of the kingdom of Tahert, because look at this guy. After Ulita comes her daughter, Oser. Her husband doesn't like her very much because she's done a little bit of cheating, but in her defense, he's gay. Again, this is like her third gay husband this entire playthrough. So, you know, I decided, like, I'm gonna be a nice person, I'm gonna set him free, I'm gonna get a divorce. Why are you still angry? Go! Have gay sex! Leave me alone! This is, without a doubt, my least favorite part about having an empire. But do I treat them really so badly that I can't go a month without some independence faction showing up? Oh no, a scheme at court, I'm sure it's going to be fine, who cares, you know, this constantly happens, you know. A lot of people want me dead.
No! No! Who? My lover! My gay lover!
Yeah, so that was pretty dramatic. It could have been interesting to play as my daughter, but my empire is bursting at the seams and I cannot afford any type of setback. Thank you, Yamsala, I'm very aware. Unfortunately, I can't do anything because look at this. His intrigue is just off the charts. No wonder he managed to kill me. Another attempt of my life? A month later? What is my spy master doing? Oh right, I forgot. Yeah, that checks out. I marry off my daughter, and then I have an Ozymandias moment just staring at the absolute size of my empire. Like, I might do this. What the fuck is demon dog fever? Can you imagine if we called the pandemic that or some shit? I've decided to leave the original audio in here.
I don't trust this demon dog fever and it's spreading across my room. Where is it? Okay, it's down. No. Wait, am I going right into it? No, stop. I have to go back. Stop, no.
Osair is now near death's door, no thanks to the demon dog fever that's going around. I guess I wasn't feudal already, because here I am adopting feudal ways. I think maybe succession was the hardest battle I fought in this video, because once again I have too many empires and my kingdom is going to get split up. And if I don't fix that soon enough, this is what it's going to look like when I die.
God fucking damn it.
Here's a fun side story that was happening. So I was wreaking havoc on the Coptics, and while conquering, uniting them, I may have acquired some of their things, which the king then demanded to fight me for. Somehow I won because I have 15 province despite investing nothing in province. After Owl's humiliating defeat, he attempts to buy a truce from me.
Oh my god.
And when I said no, I guess that was too much for him because he took his own life. I threw one of my granddaughters to Hiempsal in hope of getting his blood into my dynasty. Don't let the fact that he's 80 fool you, because he cannot stop getting her pregnant. Peepaw still fucks like a truck. And then I make a harrowing discovery.
90 dread? Holy shit.
I presume that's also why he's allowed to take concubines even though men aren't allowed to have concubines in the Bori faith. Like, what am I gonna do about it? What is God gonna do about it? I'm so close to uniting Africa that it hurts. Only 2 duchies remain, but unfortunately one of them is controlled by Mesopotamia. I could have sworn this thing would have been gone by now. Oser died and is replaced by her daughter Alima. Alima is a 52-year-old anorexic, but that doesn't matter because guess what?
Oh my god. Like, it's entirely possible that I'm not done it all and I have like so much more shit I need to do.
But before we do it, let's go back to our ancestral homeland of Daura.
I'm so scared right now. I'm so scared. Wait, so now what?
So now, you realize that this is only the first half of the achievement. To get the achievement, Mother of Us All, you need to turn all of this to one faith.
For real?
For real. And honestly, I'm not so sure I want to record myself doing that. Because I started in the 800s, my game has only grown exponentially. My game was absolutely dying. My computer was fighting for its life every time I loaded or saved. I experienced CK3 crashing more times recording this than it has ever crashed before. There's simply too much stuff for it to keep track of, like the fact that the entirety of Africa is part of my empire. What I'm right now showing is completely unedited footage of how much my computer is struggling with keeping track of my huge dynasty. And for another, this achievement sucks dick. All of my vassals want to break free and I'm somehow low in cash. I think I call it quits here. I united Africa. That's achievement worthy enough for me. Whoever is watching this, whoever isn't watching this, thank you for sticking to the end. It means a lot to me. Thank you and goodbye.